Hi, my team is going to educate you on what a solar day is and what a sidereal day is. So we're going to start with Ahmed. He's going to talk about what a solar day is so you can understand a little bit more.
So what is a solar day? So a solar day is a time and period during which the Earth makes a complete revolution. So a solar day is the time and period in which the sun makes a complete rotation around the axis relative to the sun. It's the period from sunrise to the next sunrise. So it's not when the sun rises and the sun sets, it's like a complete cycle. So it's also called a mean solar day. It's a division of time equal to 24 hours, representing the average length of period during which the Earth makes one rotation. So we live at a time where we have the longest and the shortest day close to each other. So making September 18th the shortest day, which is a minute shorter than December 22nd. And but for like us, for us northern hemisphere, it's like as we know, like December, the sun is not out for that long, so we really don't like feel it. But for a whole solar day, it's that whole rotation of the sun going rising and then rising again.
So the reason why we have a shorter and longer day in the year is because the Earth's orbit around the sun is elliptical, and so on one side, when it's orbiting, it's longer, and on the other side, it's shorter because it's oblong. So that is what causes one day to be shorter while the other day is longer. We are also going to talk about how long a solar day is. So a solar day can be measured from noon to noon as well. Solar time is measured with respect to the sun's apparent position. A solar time is measured in respect to the sun's position. So our clocks measure the length of time that it requires the Earth to complete its full orbit. So like Ahmed said, if you were to measure that time frame, you would start from one point in the day and have to return to that same exact point later the next day. So if you were going to measure from noon to noon, it would be noon today to noon tomorrow. You know, and if it was going to be sunrise, it would be sunrise today to sunrise tomorrow.
No, since we learned about the solar day, we're now going to talk about what a sidereal day is. It's the time period where the Earth completes one rotation around its axis relative to the distant star, not our sun. So the reason why we use the distant star, it's because like remember how when you're driving, like if the object is close to you, like it moves, right? Like it go past your like sight. But if it's like a very distant object, it barely moves. That's how we came up how to measure a sidereal day is. And then during this rotation, distant star appears in the same position in the sky. And now we're going to talk about how long a sidereal day is. It lasts about 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 4.091 seconds. Unlike solar day, which is the 24 hours, it's only an average, but for the sidereal day, it's fixed. And then so a particular star will rise 4 minutes earlier since we use solar day in our like calendars and time. The 4 minutes difference between solar day and sidereal day causes the different constellations of stars we see at night.
Alright, so I'm going to be talking.
Stop. Say that last part again.
Since the difference between solar day and sidereal day is like 4 minutes, and then we use solar day and time in here in Earth. This causes the star around the night to be like different, like the constellation. We only see a specific constellation during a specific time of the year.
You're missing a ton of information for that statement. Go ahead, keep going.
All right, I'm going to be covering the differences between sidereal day and solar day. So as we all know from now, solar day equals 24 hours for the Earth to perform its revolution, and sidereal day will be 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 4.1 seconds for a full revolution. Solar day usually, so I'm going to use this diagram to explain to you this in simple words. This is our sun right here, and this is the Earth. So it revolves anti-clockwise in the revolution cycle. Whilst it's doing this, it reaches a point where it's in direct contact with the sun, and that's what we all call a solar day. That's 24 hours. And as it is at this position right here, it is in direct relative. Contact with a distant star nearby. So that we call a sidereal day, which is shorter. The reason why it's shorter is because whilst the Earth is rotating, the sun is much closer to the Earth, which makes it distance for the sidereal day to make a full rotation. It has to make an extra turn, and that compensates for the 4 minutes we have in differences. That's why the sidereal day is a little shorter than that. Can you move on to the next slide? Have a little contract. I covered solar day, which is one rotation compared with the sun, 3 minutes 56 seconds longer than the sidereal day, and the sidereal day being 3 minutes 56 seconds shorter than the solar day. Sidereal day takes 23 hours, like I said before. And one other thing is solar time is used in our calendars as of right now, because it's what we all know. We all know 24 hours in a day. So yeah, that's a couple of fun facts I have.
What?
That's a couple of fun facts I have.
Okay.
And although we don't have an index, Jelson was our subject matter expert, and he covered what a sidereal day is and the length of a sidereal day.
What's the purpose of a sidereal day? Why is it important? Who cares? Explain that to me.
The reason is it accounts for why we have to implement the lunar year.
The what?
The lunar.
What about it? Did anybody mention lunar year? Oh no, new concept. What does that mean? Oh, you dug yourself in the hole. Why? Why is this important? Somebody else speaking from the crowd? Silence!
So we're not exactly sure how a sidereal day affects the lunar cycle, but
Stop. This has to do with perspective, correct?
Right.
The sidereal days from what perspective?
From the stars.
From what stars?
Distant stars.
They're all distant stars. They're stars. Which ones?
Well, it depends on the star of choice that you're tracking.
Ah. And which star did you choose? Because every single star will have different mathematics. Because distance and time.
Well, we didn't choose a star.
So where are these figures coming from?
Well, they're coming from our research that we did.
From which star? Where's your point of origin? Ah, geez, Rick. Questions? Nobody. You're all experts now on sidereal perspective. Amazing. You guys are amazing. What do you got?
So, you guys didn't choose a specific star, but could it have been the sun?
That's a star.
Yeah.
We happen to be really close to it.
Yeah. So could that be relevant to
Is it relevant? Yes. Is it their argument for the difference between a solar and sidereal day? Also yes. So it would counteract or contradict your statement.
So, in terms of the solar day, that's the star that's used, but
Which star is that?
the sun.
Our
But
star, yes.
In terms of sidereal day, you could use any distant star, and what we did was we just gave a more average and general
Like,
perspective of
No,
it,
that,
yeah.
that statement is incorrect. Anybody else? All right.